It has arrived. Nice tow rig. Get in the truck. It's here. The AGT, it's here. Hell yeah.
Oh, it's here.
Yeah. Oh, our taillight's cracked. This is a nice, solid truck. This is a great start. 1986 Custom Deluxe. Hell yeah. Wow, what a day. Actually, it kind of started last night when the Ram arrived, and as you saw me unloading the leaf springs there for it, so probably going to start on that tomorrow. Going to be a big job, but it's got to get done. The snowblower is off of old Gil. Came off way easier than putting it on now that I know what I'm doing. I wanted to put on behind me here, there it is. That's the mower deck for the Gilson. Man, is that thing heavy. Holy smokes. But I'm missing some parts and I can't quite figure out the lift linkage and stuff, so I'm just going to move it out of the way so that there's more room for the Ram. This morning, as you saw, my buddy One dropped by and the Silverado arrived, the AGT. So that's pretty awesome. And then in the evening, Landon's Custom Classics activated his army, hit the turbo button, and bam, within 15 minutes, we got there, sitting at 1,012 now, I think. So thank you so much for that, Mike. That was amazing. And thank you so much to everyone who's subscribed, new subscribers, people that have been with me right from the beginning. I mean, sort of keeping an eye on Chi-Chi. She was locked up in one of the other buildings for a couple of days. So I don't know. She had a rough couple of days in there with no food or water. So she'll be fine. She's pretty resilient. But I wanted to say thank you to everybody and hope you stick around. And I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing. I'm going to at least slide this mower deck over out of the way and put away that snowblower and carry on, because there's lots and lots to keep doing around here. There's lots of work to do. So, all right. Thank you very much. See ya.
Broken roads, desert dust bowl sun, where the billman will call you almost every week. Which bills to pay today, what's left in the fridge to eat. Where stars frame the night, born out a dream, just close enough to give hope, but too far to reach. I left there with that hope on fire.
Today's the day. It's time to tackle the leaf springs. It's hockey night tonight, and I was pretty down. It was actually 3-0 for the LA Kings after the first period, but the Oilers have got back within one. It's now 3-2. So I'm going to do this kind of in a series of updates, because I'll get in trouble if you guys can hear the hockey game in the background. So what I've got right now, front wheels are blocked in front and behind. And then I've got this jacked up as high as my little jack stands will allow on the back axle. And I've pulled the wheels off. So now I'm going to support the body so that I can take the stands out from under the axle and drop it so that we can get the axle down as far as possible. So I'm going to carry on with that, and I'll check back with you shortly. Second period's over, and the Oilers have tied it up 3-3, so that's pretty exciting. As far as this thing goes, I've got it jacked up. I got blocks and stands in the middle here. I don't love it, but I don't have anything high enough to put anything further back short of using more blocks. I do have my jack under the hitch with a block would just take up just in case. So the axle is now free. So what's next, I guess? I've sprayed everything down with XX penetrant. The shocks are now disconnected. They're going to be changed anyway, so I'll finish pulling those out shortly. And yeah, it's just a matter now of undoing the 4 bolts, dropping this thing down, and I got stands here, so I'll drop it onto the stands. And then undoing these bolts, sliding the new spring in, back up into place. Shouldn't take more than 20 minutes, right? So, update, 4-4, heading into overtime, and the driver's side spring is out. Look at that thing. Got 2 leaves broken on that side. That one's got at least 1 broken on the back. These are pretty done for, but still heavy. Okay, well, here's the next update. Oilers won in overtime, so that ties up the series 2-2. It's pretty exciting. And this leaf spring is more or less in place. I got bolts with the springs. I asked for bolts, but I got 4 identical bolts that work for the back where the shackle is, but I don't have any for the front. And I'd reuse this, except that I tried to cut it out, so I don't want to reuse it. So I guess I'm gonna have to get bolts tomorrow. So the front end of this spring is not done up. I've just got a chunk of rod through there for now, and the shackle bolts aren't torqued up. I'm not going to torque those till it's right on the ground anyway. So 11:30 now at night, and I'm going to start pulling out the other leaf spring. I don't think I'll finish that one tonight, but I'm going to start pulling it out anyway. I'm being procrastinatory. Is that a word? It is now. Yeah, I just got to get after this thing. I just got to get it done. That's all. I don't know if this is going to pull this off. No room for Big Bertha here. Oh my goodness gracious. Oh boy. Could be where I hurt myself. YouTube loves injuries. Oh my goodness. Well, maybe just. No, I don't know. Come on. I didn't have the camera running, but kind of too bad, because when this bolt broke loose, I really went flying. That would have probably looked pretty good. Oh, man. Actually, I'm thinking it wasn't the bolt even. I think I broke my ratchet, maybe. Yep, I broke my ratchet. For sure. Well, there's the carnage. So, I think that ends my adventures here tonight. I'm not real pleased about that. I couldn't really record much on the other side because it's so tight over there. There are still hurdles to overcome, however. These 4 bolts were supplied with the springs, and they're great for the shackle end. Actually, I'm replacing both bolts with these, but unfortunately the front end uses an M18 bolt, actually by 125, and nobody in town has these. So I'm waiting until tomorrow to get those. I'm going to get everything else done, get the shocks off, get this spring out. I wasn't able to get the front bolt off. Big Bertha let me down. It hits hard, but it hits slow. It's got a lot of power, but sometimes it's in how you hit, and there's just really not room in there to get in there properly. So I brought home Mistress from work, Ingersoll Rand titanium. It hits not quite as hard, but it hits way faster and it's more compact, so hopefully be able to get that thing out of there. I also brought home another 1/2-inch ratchet, which saved me a trip to Canadian Tire. I can do that later. And a breaker bar. And a longer, heavier snipe. So hopefully, between all of that, I can win this battle. Okay, baby. Work your magic. Why did I think it would be a good idea to tackle this job without an angle grinder? I've managed to get through a lot of other jobs that could really use an angle grinder without one. So I just ran to Canadian Tire and cutting disc, DeWalt, and I picked up this. It's a Skill. It's the cheapest one they had. It's on sale, so it's not the cheapest one, but it's on sale. And, 4.5-inch, 5.5 amp. It's nothing special at all. Alright. I just had to get this out of the way. So I just cut the eye off. Okay, well, that's the spring out. So, just goes to show that you also can go about quickly and easily removing the leaf spring from your Dodge Ram 1-ton. You can, because I'm never doing this again. I promised you a how-to. This isn't it. This is a how not to. If ever on YouTube there is a how not to, this is how not to. But we are winning. These nuts on the U-bolts, you're going to need 21 millimeter socket, 1.125" on the front bolts, 15/16 on the rear bolts. These get torqued to, well, factory spec, according to Dodge, is 110, 120 foot-pounds depending on the year. That's probably not enough. I went 140, and you do check them, retorque them after 800 to 1,000 kilometers, or, you know, I guess 500 to 600 miles. Not going to fully torque that till the ends are in. Okay, well, I'm as far as I can go with this thing now. I got the old shocks out, so the owner's bringing some shocks over that he's got. So those I'll put in tonight, and then I'll get the new front bolts in the morning, put them in, put the wheels on, set it down, torque everything up. That's job done, allegedly. Today is the last day of the Ram leaf spring project. Last night I got the other spring all kind of in loose, and the shocks are installed, the new shocks. The last parts are here, which are big bolts and the fancy schmancy nuts. So actually these are going to make life a lot easier anyway, because well, I'll show you. They kind of have almost a handle, so there's kind of a hole in the frame. You fit them up, and then that, when you torque it, it just sits against the hole, and so then you don't have to kind of hold both ends. You can just hold the bolt. So this is set to 140 pound-feet. I do a crisscross because you don't want to tighten it more on one side than the other, or one end than the other. Well, there's one. Oh, and I normally wouldn't reuse these nuts, but my customer had the U-bolts already from a friend, and not the nuts. So these are in pretty good shape. All right. Almost. All right, that one not too bad. Yay! If the rest of the day goes anywhere close to that easy, I am going to be a happy boy. What? I'm out of Dr. Pepper. So the torque spec on these front bolts, I've got the jack under the diff and just taken the weight off the stands. This one a little more so than the other because it's a bit crooked, but anyway, just to replicate, you know, sitting on its wheels kind of thing, so I can torque it easier. These are 254 pound-feet. My torque wrench only goes to 250, but I think at that level, we'll be okay. It's the most this wrench will do, and it's probably the most I can do. So, here we go. Whew. That's a lot. Come on. Click for me. Anytime now. Oh, this is where I'd love a hoist. Oh my goodness. Oh yeah. Woo! Got her. The rear bolts for the eye and the shackle are a comparatively light 160 pound-feet. So I'm just going to run them up with the impact first and then snug them. Get that off of there. Uh-oh. Oh, man. Start a YouTube channel, they said. It'll be fun, they said. Oh my God. Big part of the problem is that I'm pretty much gassed right now. Oh man, I'm gassed. Nothing left in the tank, boys. Oh my gosh. Oh. All right, let's come on the other side of this. Here. That'll work. Oh yeah. It was right there anyway. Jeez. Just like Joe's garage. One more time. I'm going to air up the tires, and we'll go for a ride to get a Dr. Pepper. Now I gotta clean up. I have no idea what the hell this cat is doing. Lawson! Lawson! You're not normal. Well, the Ram is done. And I was so busy with that, I almost forgot. I got a little something in the mail yesterday from Roland at Torque Racing Productions on his 1,000 subscriber giveaway trivia. I identified the Pea Shooter mini bike as being inspired by the P-26 Pea Shooter fighter plane. And I tried really hard to give these to Buff's garage, but he wasn't having it. So what are you going to do? I'm not going to look a gift horse in the mouth. And Roland sent over a package of these Torque Racing Production microfiber detail and car wash towels, which are pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. And not only that, let me get in here. He sent over a sticker, which got a little bit hammered. I do have one of these on my toolbox at work, so this one is going right over there on the beer fridge. And because John Wilburn was in there as well, he sent over a couple of No Name Nationals decals, which are super awesome. I'm not going to be able to make it this year because of just vacation and family and stuff, but that's on the bucket list. And then N24 maybe? Hopefully. All right. Thanks for watching this far. It was supposed to be more of a how-to video. It turned into a how-not video. Again, I don't know if I recommend taking this on yourself. It's possible. Anything's possible. Was it fun? Nah. Do I feel pretty accomplished that I got it done? Yeah. Ride's great. Sounds great. It's quiet. Sits a little higher now than it did before, which is cool. And, you know, if you learned something, great. And if you didn't, I hope you enjoyed watching me struggle. Till next time, keep her in the litter box. Cheers.
Thank you.